Well, once again, North Texas is home to some of the most imposing offensive linemen in the state and one of the biggest and baddest plays at Flower Mound. Today's Parker University MVP is Jaguars offensive tackle Drew Evers.
One of the best offensive tackles in the area is Flower Mound's Drew Evers. At 6'4" and over 300 pounds, Evers seals off the edge for his running backs and sandwiches his blocks with his power in the passing game. When the whistle blows, you have to peel Evers off his defender because the senior finishes all of his blocks. Drew joins his older brother Nick as a select few siblings to both receive bobbleheads from the show. Evers will be staying close to home as he's committed to SMU.
He dominated in the trenches, and now he joins us in studio with his new bobblehead. Drew Evers, man, great to have you here. Congratulations on the bobblehead. Let's first start with this. What do we think of the bobblehead with the glasses and everything? They got the details down, man.
I think it's great. You know, you got the curls, you got, the facial hair, you got the glasses. I think it's awesome.
And you know bobbleheads because your brother had one, and I think this one might be a little better. We'll talk about that in a second. But first I want to talk about what you pride yourself in as an offensive lineman. We saw the video right there. Man, this is a guy who is not afraid to mix it up with the defensive line and to establish dominance there. I love that. What is something that you pride yourself in when you're playing the game and after a game's done you look back and said, I did a great job today?
Well, one thing that, that we live by in the offensive line room at, Flower Mound High School is, take care of your backfield. Never let anyone mess with your quarterback, your running back, pick them up off the ground. Take care of your guys. Everyone's relying on you. You could have a you could do everything right on the offensive line, and the play still might not work out. But if you do something wrong, the play is never going to go right. So taking pride in my backfield is definitely one thing that it has to be done.
Keeping the quarterback clean at all times is a big-time thing. There's no question. Speaking of quarterbacks, you have one in your family. Nick, you joined us years ago, got an MVP bobblehead, now playing at UConn. What has he meant to you? How much have you learned from seeing someone who was a big-time recruit coming out of high school? And whose bobblehead's better, do you think, yours or his? What do you think?
Well, I think it's clear. I think my bobblehead's way better. I don't think it's close. I don't think it's up for debate.
The bobbleheads have come a long way, Nick. Exactly.
Yeah, and I'll tell that to his face. Like, I'm not afraid. Like, he knows my bobblehead looks better. But my brother means everything to me. We have a great relationship. We growing up, we were always getting into trouble together around the house. And he played a massive part in my not only my recruitment, but ultimately my commitment. He's kind of been the guinea pig almost. He kind of showed me what it means to be a college athlete at a high level, and what to kind of look for in these coaches and these coaching staffs. So
what an unbelievable role model for you, and he's part of the reason, as you mentioned, that you decided to pick SMU, and you had options all over the country, some of the biggest programs. SMU's rolling right now, though. Why were the Mustangs the right pick for you to play college football, man?
For me, it was a no-brainer. I love Coach Lashley. I love Coach Justice. They're awesome. They've been consistent with me since, 8th, 9th grade. Whenever they first offered me, they let me know, like, hey, dude, we want you. Like, we want you bad. And that meant a lot. That meant a lot to me. Like, that goes a long way. Whenever you're consistent and you show up, I think the best thing, that's the best thing. That's the best quality to have in somebody, especially a coach. Someone who's going to show up for you and fight for you, regardless of what's going on. So that played a massive role, and just being close to home was also something that was important for me and my family. We're very close family, family-oriented. So
going to be awesome for them to be able to see you play on Saturdays easily there in Dallas. Cannot wait to see you in the future there at SMU, man. Congratulations on the MVP bobblehead, and appreciate you joining us here in studio.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
The MVP is brought to you by Parker University. Let us be your MVP. Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today.